Hello there and welcome to AirGunHuntersTV. Today I'm going to be reviewing the SMK DB4 Untitled Chinese air rifle. It's not very good, but if you can't afford to be in the doghouse with the missus and money's tight, this is good to go for. It's good for plinking and shooting targets in the back garden, and even good for hunting if you could fit a scope on it. I tried to fit sports match mounts on this last night and they wouldn't fit because the grooves, they're way too thin. They're irregular size grooves. I don't think they're 11mm, but they should be. And yeah, I'm going to show you how to cock it now. Cock the rifle, use the lever there, pull it down until it engages when you hear the click. Grab your pellet and place it into the breech. Now inside there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's loads of grease in there because I've had to do that because the rifle was so dry it was terrible. And also there's a see-through line right way through the action. I don't know why that's there, but it is. Place your pellet into the breech, snug until you can't see the skirt. Keeping your hand off the trigger, close the lever. I'm going to take a 5-shot group at that target over there and see how we get on. There is already a shot in there because I took a practice shot, and this is using open sights at 10 yards standing. Can't expect much accuracy out of this rifle for £50, so just be aware that it isn't going to be one hole in. You can get them to do that with the patience and the time and finding the right pellets, but today I'm just using Super Domes. Third shot taken. Another 2 shots to go, guys. Don't really like having my fingers in there. And the clip up there, that catches your hand terrible, pinches your skin. One more shot to go. This is live shooting, guys, no editing going on here, so you can see exactly how long it takes to take the shot, etc. That click you hear before it closes down there, that's the anti-bear trap being pulled out of place. I've taken the stock off this to show that it actually is one on here, just to make sure, and there is, and it works pretty well too. Right, I'm going to go and get that target and see how it looks. That's a 5-shot group there. One of the has come back out, bouncing off the target. But other than that, it's nearly 2 in the same hole and nearly 1 in the bowl, and them 2 are just well off place. But with this rifle you can expect that because the quality of craftsmanship really isn't up to the standards that it should be. But that's what you get for a £50 rifle. But if that's all you want, just to shoot targets and bottles and stuff in the garden, or go shoot some milk caps up in the field, perfectly fine. And if you can manage to fit a scope to it, you can go hunting with it too, because it's 8.5 foot-pounds out of the box of power, which is actually plenty to shoot up 20 yards. So stick them in the bag and let's see if I can hit a bottle off the top of that stand over there at 20 yards standing. What's this if the wind doesn't blow it over. Right guys, and of course this is 20 yards away. Show that I am standing and shooting it over here. If I hit it on this shot, I'll move back an extra 10 yards to make it 30 yards, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, I missed that shot. Second shot. Third shot, lucky. I rushed the first two shots, so that's probably why I missed, plus the wind. Let's pull that back up and try again at 30 yards. Another standing shot off the shoulder, open sights, 30 yards, see how that goes. 30 yards, off the shoulder. So 40 yards, still got the power to knock a bottle over, surprisingly. Seriously, don't expect much out of this rifle. It's £50. You ain't gonna get a day state. So just remember, this is junk compared to what you can buy. And sometimes it is better to save the pennies and pay the extra. But if this is all you want, it's pretty good for that. Okay, let's pace this out to 50 yards. Yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards. Tall with a cheap Chinese air rifle, and if that's what you want to do with your money, you can do so, but I seriously suggest, for the safety of yourself, that you pay the extra and buy a decent rifle, because this has got a bear trap, anti-bear trap, but how reliable is it? I don't know. It's really thick, I can tell you that much. But just listen to how horrible it is when you cock it. Can you hear that grom chin? It's not very nice to hear, and if you had any quarry, they'd probably be gone. So let's just see how deep it penetrates into this piece of wood. The farmer said I could actually fire at, just to so he's not really bothered, but he said I could fire at the wood. I've asked his permission, as I don't have any with me, and he's fine with it, as long as I don't go shooting it hundreds of times. Right, so if I just show you how deep that went. The SMK. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's where it's hit at an angle. I think that's actually yeah, it's hit there and split the wood and bounced out. Yeah, it's bounced out. That's only 8 foot-pounds of power standing at about 15 yards. Try another shot because I was at a bit of an angle and it bounced out, so we try another shot. This gun does not compare to any of the other rifles I own. They will just blow this out of the water. This is a cheap rifle for plinking, but it's okay for ratting. If you want to rat, it's very good for ratting. I'm going to take another shot because I think that hit the tree. I think I was aiming a bit high. I'm not used to open sights. I usually like to use a scope. Right, that definitely hit the wood that time. Let's go have a look. Oh, this is going actually pretty deep in there. Surprising. Actually, it's gone in about 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, but now I'm just going to give you a quick overall look of the rifle close up. So if you'd like to hold that, Dad. Father's holding the rifle now, so I can just give you a close up of it. Now the trigger, something I'd like to say about the trigger, it's really far forward. So if you're holding it properly down there, in no way you're going to get your hand into the trigger, so you've got to hold it up there, which is quite uncomfortable. The open sights, they're decent, but they do reflect, so it's quite hard to see. It's got a finger groove cut out there. It's quite rough inside. And then there's that. Obviously the thing to hold that down actually does fall out, and there's nothing you can do to put it back in unless you glue it in, but it doesn't do anything anyway but hold it down. Breech is polished nicely. The lever is triangular. It's got a bit of rubber there for a carronade, and it's got like a clip there to actually hold her in place, which you can tighten and loosen with a screw there if you need to take it off or loosen the grip on there. And the front sight, no, I'm not going to lie to you, the front sight is actually a screw. It's a cutaway screw with no thread on it. I don't know if you can see that. Zoom in now, it's not going to get any clearer. I need to get a new camera, guys. But as you can see, that is actually a screw that's been cut. It's got threads on it still. But in overall, if you want a rifle just for plinking, etc., if we stand that up to a full-size man, show him how big it is, Dad. It's roughly about 38 inches in length to 40 inches in length, so it's pretty big. It's not a kid's gun, but it is very light. It weighs about 4 to 5 pounds without the scope fitted. But in all honesty, the rifle, if it does its purpose, it does do its purpose. The bluing is pretty rough. There's nothing special about it. To be honest, it's more of a browny colour than a blue because it's, well, a Chinese job. They come out of the factory full of marks. But it's 50 quid gun. You ain't gonna get quality. And you can actually see through the breech there, which isn't very good at all. Putting the pellet into the breech is as simple as ever. How does it shoot?
Not too bad.
It's quite smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's surprisingly, this is 50 feet a second. To be honest, I think it shoots more around 450. It also has a leather piston seal, so you're probably going to want to upgrade that if you're thinking of tuning it. And they do dry out, leather piston seals, and they do splitter into bits after a good couple of rounds and years of use. But it's 50 quid again, guys. You ain't going to get much quality out of it, but it does hit the target with the patience, which I proved today. A 50-yard stand-in off the shoulder, hitting the bottle. It serves its purpose, it really does, guys. So it's a good little rifle. If you want to shoot rats with it close range, go ahead. It's perfectly fine. It's 8 foot-pounds of power, 8.5 foot-pounds, can go up to 9, I think. But seriously, guys, don't try and overpower this rifle, because it won't work. It'll just blow everything. See there, it says BAM. I'm not really sure whether it's meant to say BAM SMK or whether it's SMK with the BAM back action, because they are all made in the same factory. You've got Shanghai, you've got BAM, you've got SMK, you name it. The distributors are all over the world are selling these things. And then you just get Chinese B3 underlever air rifle. You name it. There's all different types of name for this rifle. But in this case, it's the SMK BAM DB4. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Bye.